Mentorship is about pulling somebody else with you so that you are not great on your own, but you be great with others. And together you stand and say, we made it together.
We have mentored many of our women. Some turned out to be another thing else. Some even go to the extent of touching our homes. I could remember when we were contesting, we were 4 women in the State House of Assembly. You see, during the electioneering campaign, we were going out here and there, please vote for us, we are women, we will do well. Coming back home, one of my friends met one of these ladies she's mentoring at the lapse of the husband.
This issue of mentoring somebody and the person trying to take your place. Sometimes, some people, especially in the political arena, don't know when to quit. So they get scared when some of us now start vying for some things that we believe is now our turn. And the truth is, there are many of us who are aggressive and will not give up.
Mentee to someone and wanting their job. It doesn't mean that the person will not leave their job. But she cannot be mentoring you at the same time and you want to take her job. Then you are a traitor. You are not a mentee. Because you cannot. Of course, that's betrayal. So you have to wait for your own time.
You should be able to help me to enter where you were. You should not say it is not good for me and allow another person go. If you don't put me there, somebody else will put another person there. Are you hearing me? Now, she's not a traitor. It was wrong for her to have said 1 term is enough. 1 term is not normally enough. If I enter into such a place, I will stay 2 terms.
It's day 2 of the African Women in Leadership Conference here in Awlo in Nigeria. 4 topics were discussed today: leadership, mentoring, entrepreneurship, and of course health. But it appears the issue of mentoring was of great concern to most African women. Comfort Okran of Legacy and Legacy addressed that particular issue. We'll find out from her exactly why the issue of mentoring appears to be of great concern to most African women.
I don't think it's such a challenge as much as it's a topical issue. Because in our day-to-day life, you realize that you're always giving somebody a tip. You're telling somebody to do something. But sometimes how that relationship is managed, how that relationship grows, how that relationship evolves, sometimes have a sore relationship and kind of mask you, and depending on how you handle it, it could either be a very, very bad turning point for you.
One particular concern was also for political mentoring, for instance, people fearing that their mentees would eventually want to take over from them even when they've not finished serving the office. How do women deal with such issues?
I don't think it's a case of women. I think it's like in this particular case, especially with political mentoring, I think it's something that when you come to the professional field, that's sometimes the fear that people have. In terms of the fact that if I mentor somebody, the person can eventually take my work. But I believe, and that's my personal belief, that if I'm able to mentor somebody, the person is good, the person is excellent, I wouldn't mind the person taking over for me, because then you have actually planned how you would get out and how somebody else can take up from you. The difference is the person is patient enough to wait for the right time to come and take over from you. But then you should be proud of the person does better than you do.
And as Comfort rightly put it, the best way to get someone to take over from you is someone you have groomed yourself. And it really doesn't hurt that much if such a person takes over from you. But the African Women in Leadership Conference enters its 3rd and final day tomorrow, where Ghanaian beauty and fashion designer Rene Boateng and daughter of former Nigerian President Hajia Babangida will also make presentations. From Uyo in the Akwa Ibom State in Nigeria, I'm Nii Akrofi Smart-Abbey for Joy News.